What's going on, everyone? It's time for the Digital Huddle this week. It's going to be a cool week at GC. We got week 3 of this series that we've been in about the things that Jesus said that sometimes are uncomfortable, the things in red that he actually said. And Pastor Ben will be bringing week 3 this Sunday. And then I'm just honored that I get to bring week 4 next week, and so excited about some of the places this series has taken us, and I hope it's challenged you. I know it has challenged me. So many great things, great notes that I've taken off of the messages so far. So make sure you are there and ready. And then on Monday, we start kids camp. And so my goodness, it's going to be so fun. But make sure you are praying for Robbie and her team and all the kids and families that are involved, because they're going to have just the best time ever. And we are praying that so many people, so many children, so many families come to know Christ through a fun kids camp week. And so make sure you're praying for that. But so many great things coming through. And today, I just real quick thought on our book, Unraisable Hospitality. In chapter 3, it talks about something that we've talked about a lot here on the huddles. And most of the time when we talk about leadership, we talk about this item, and already know it, I already know it, but it's one of those things that's a great reminder for us to keep in the forefront of our mind. And it is this: it's intentionality. Of course, intentionality, we know that you need to have this to be a great leader, but in chapter 3 of Unreasonable Hospitality, it talks about if you're going to live a life of unreasonable hospitality, not just serving, intentionality is a must. And what it says is this, is that leaders must be intentional. They have to be intentional about culture. They have to be intentional about communication. They have to be intentional about feedback, and they have to be intentional about their standards. Think about it, there's so many areas that we have to be intentional about. It's easy to say, like, yeah, we have to be intentional, but we have to be intentional about a lot of different areas. I have to be intentional in the way that I communicate to people, because the way I communicate to people is teaching culture, because so many times culture is caught, not just taught, right? Like, people were watching and listening for culture. And so if I want to have a healthy culture in our church, then I have to communicate intentionally. If you're going to have a healthy team, that you're serving with, you have to communicate intentionally. The way we speak matters. The way we say things matters. Are we being positive? Are we being negative? How are we communicating? Are we using our tongue for good, or are we using it for bad? We actually just had that message a few weeks ago, right? And so, but our communication has to be intentional. Our feedback has to be intentional. If we see something that needs to be corrected, we need to say something, but do it in love, because we want our whole team to win, and that's why we do it. And so make sure we're accepting feedback and giving feedback to make ourselves better. Our standards, the level in which we are trying to make this thing work with excellence, has to be done intentionally. It won't just happen. As a matter of fact, the book says that accidents rarely create excellence. That's a good quote right there, that accidents rarely create excellence. And it's true. Sometimes you might stumble upon something that is an excellent idea, but very rarely will accidents create excellence. It's always intentionality creates excellence. And so whether it's at work or at home or at church or wherever it is, remember that accidents don't create excellence, that intentionality creates excellence. And we want to be people who are living our life with excellence, and living to that bar, and serving to that bar, and just serving God at that level. We want to be people of excellence. And so that's my challenge for you today. Write down something, maybe before you come to church tomorrow. Put it on your phone or something. Write down something that you can do this week that's intentional, that is a habit that you could start that will lead towards excellence. What does that look like for you? What's one thing that you can do differently, that you could be intentional about, that leads you towards excellence? I want to hear your guys' responses. Let me know, because I think let's just grow together. Let's push each other. Let's iron sharpen iron. Let's push each other to grow to this next level of excellence. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.